Hello. Now we are going to start with the article number of signals in NMR. As we have done in our previous article, NMR spectra is a graph of absorption versus external magnetic field where radio frequency is constant. Now the most interesting thing is that you know that NMR spectroscopy gives information about protons. NMR spectroscopy gives information about protons, and you are getting the number of signals in this. When you are getting number of signals in this, these number of signals is depends upon number of sets of equivalent proton. So what is the meaning of equivalent proton? Say equivalent protons are of two different types. Either they are chemically equivalent or magnetically equivalent. That you know that we are providing the equal radio frequency. Only the thing is that they require magnetic field for excitation. Now consider we are having the compound like this. Please see the number of hydrogens. Now all these are hydrogens, but it depends upon their absorption of magnetic field. They will become equivalent and non-equivalent. Now these magnetic field is different. These proton and these proton different from each other, although they are proton. And as they are different from each other, they will absorb different magnetic field for excitation. How they are different? Please see. See the chemical environment, this proton and this proton, that these three protons are having same chemical environment. So I'll write it as HA, HA and HA. So these are chemically equivalent, and we know that it is noted chemically equivalent protons are always equals to, or it is equals to magnetically equivalent proton. Means these three protons absorb the same magnetic field for excitation. Are they chemically equivalent? That's why they are magnetically also equivalent. Now please see, this carbon is attached to a carbon which is attached to OH. These three hydrogens attached to the same carbon, but this carbon is attached to, these hydrogens are attached to that carbon which is either attached on one side OH, one carbon. So they are not equivalent, they are non-equivalent. So I have treated it as HB. So these both the HB are chemical equivalent, their chemical environment is same. And as chemical environment same, they are magnetically equivalent. So chemically equivalent protons are always magnetically equivalent. Correct? So they will absorb the same magnetic field. So this is comprised to one set of proton, this is another set of the proton, and this is the third set of the proton. So when three sets of the proton, their chemical environment is different, we are having three sets of the proton. And when we are having three sets of the proton, there are three signals in NMR. So depends upon the proton sets of the equivalent proton. Please be careful, equivalent proton. Now some protons are there that we are going to discuss later, but they are not chemically equivalent. Their chemical environment is different, but their magnetic field absorption is same. be careful, their chemical environment is not same, but their absorption of magnetic field is similar. Such protons are known as magnetically equivalent. Now I am giving one statement. Chemically equivalent protons are always magnetically equivalent proton, but magnetically equivalent protons always not chemically equivalent. Be careful about this statement. Now we are going to discuss the different compounds. Now we have formulated one most important thing. As all of you know that NMR spectra is what? NMR spectra is a graph of absorption versus external magnetic field. NMR spectra is a graph of absorption versus external magnetic field where radio frequency is constant. So this is the most important. Now the article in which we are going to put number of signal. Now we have got number of signals is equals to number of sets of equivalent proton. And we have given one interesting statement. Chemically equivalent protons are always magnetically equivalent, but magnetically equivalent protons are not always chemically equivalent. Done? Now, we'll take very simple examples. First of all, we are going to take this compound. Now, please see both the CH3, they are having same chemical environment. So, we are having only one set of the proton. So, it will give one signal. Here set and here signal. Now we are going to take another compound CH3, CH2, CH3. Please see, these CH3, they are in the same chemical environment, but this CH2 is in the different chemical environment. So we are having two sets of the proton. That's why we are getting two signals in NMR. Now we are going to take a very interesting compound. This, as H1 NMR spectroscopy gives information about proton. Please see, this is a similar environment and this is in the different chemical environment. So two sets of the proton, two signals in NMR. Now when we are going to discuss about such a type of cases, all these protons are equivalent. So that's why we are getting one signal in NMR. Consider another example. If we will take acetylene. In acetylene, there is a presence of one set of the proton and that's why it will give one signal in NMR. You take any example, definitely we'll have a different types of example. Consider you are having this type of compound. How many types of? There is a methyl, there is a methylene. So this is CH3, this is also CH3, this is CH2, this is CH2. Be careful, this CH3, it is exactly chemical equivalent to this CH3. So we are having only one. Then it is methylene, so B, so two sets of the proton, two signal in NMR. Now next, if you will take ethyl methyl ketone, very interesting example. If you will take ethyl methyl ketone. Now although this is CH3 and this is CH3, this CH3 is attached to carbonyl, but this CH3 is attached to CH2. So although they are methyl, their chemical environment is different, and as chemical environment is different, they are chemically non-equivalent, and chemically non-equivalent means they are magnetically non-equivalent. So if it is A, so definitely it will be B, and this is C. So three sets of the proton, three signals in NMR. Done? Now when we are having the next and most important example, we are having acetone. Consider acetone. Now this CH3 is also attached to carbonyl, this CH3 is also attached to carbonyl. So how many signals we are having? We are having only one signal in NMR. Now when we are having different examples, now when these examples are related to our normal simple hydrocarbons. So we are getting very easily, but when they will become aromatic hydrocarbons, the examples will become very much interesting. For example, consider we are having such a type of compound. See, there is a presence of two hydrogens over here. There is also presence of two hydrogens over here. Two hydrogens over here, two hydrogens over here. And these are the two hydrogens. See, listen, these two hydrogens, they are very close. So that's why they are AA type. These are away BB type. And this is the C. So how many signals it will give in NMR? 3 sets of the proton. That's why it will give 3 signals in NMR. In case if you will take only compound like this. So please see, this CH2 is attached to CH2. So they are equivalent. So it will give 1 set of the proton. So 1 signal in NMR. Another most important and interesting example, if you will take alcohol. So this is A, this is B, and this is 3. 3 sets of the proton, 3 signals in NMR. If you will take example of ethers. Now how many sets of the proton? Listen, this is CH3, this is CH3, this is CH3, this is CH3, this is EH, and this is H. A, B, and B. So we are having 2 sets of the proton, 2 signals in NMR. Now these are the simple, very simple example. Now we are going to discuss the examples of very much interesting compound, and that compounds are cyclic compounds. See, if you will take benzene, there is a molecular formula C6H6. So these are all hydrogens, and all hydrogens are equivalent. So it will give 1 signal in NMR. But if we will have a substitution on the ring, actually these are the ortho, these are the meta, and these are the para. So these are AA type, these are BB type, and these are C type. 3 sets of the proton, and this is D. So 4 signal, 4 sets of the proton. Now I'll write down another example, that is electron withdrawing group, NO2. This. Here also this is AA type, this is BB type, and this is C type. Through 3 sets of the proton, 3 signals in NMR. So this is for mono substitution. If it is a mono substituted benzene, consider now we are having, consider example of a di-substituted benzene like this. Such a type of example, it is, first of all, we'll take similar thing. It is orthoxylene, it is metaxylene, this is paraxylene. We'll take comparative all example. First of all, I have taken di-substituted. Now see in this is CH3, they are similar, AA type. If we'll call it as B, definitely we have to call it as B because the same chemical environment, and we have to call it as C. So ABC, 3 sets, 3 signals in NMR. Now the case will be different. If we'll call it as AA, definitely we have to call these protons as BB proton. If you will call it as B, definitely this is C and this proton is different from all D, so it will give 4 signals in NMR. Be careful. These are ortho disubstituted, this is meta disubstituted. Now we are going to discuss about para disubstituted. When it is para disubstituted, it is very interesting. This is AA. If it is BB, please see, this is only the replication of this, so it is also BB, so we are having only 2 sets of the proton. It is a very interesting and important example. Para disubstituted, generally there is a presence of 2 sets of the proton, aromatic 2 sets of the proton. Meta disubstituted, aromatic we are having 4, and para disubstituted we are having aromatic 3 sets of the proton. Aromatic, see here aromatic 1, here aromatic 3, and here aromatic 2. So I have written the substitution also. Now the next example that we are going to discuss about the very important thing, that when there is a presence of the compound like this, consider this is the bicyclic compound. When you are having such a bicyclic compound, please see there is a presence of hydrogen at bridgehead. This is AA type. And please see, these all are CH2s, they are equivalent, and as they are equivalent, so this compound gives only 2 signals in NMR. The same example that I will write, only in place of carbon I will substitute nitrogen, and this is a very famous example that it will give only 1 signal in NMR. Only 1 signal in NMR. Right? So this is the most important interesting example. Now very much example, very much cyclic things. So consider that instead of putting this, that if I will write down this example like this. So how many type? A, then it is B, B, B and B. 2 types of it. These are the very interesting thing. Consider instead of benzene, if I will take pyridine, so definitely the thing will change. Orthoproton will comprise to A set, metaprotons will comprise to B set, and the paraproton comprise to C set. So there will be presence of 3 signal, 3 sets of the proton. These different things. Another most important thing, consider example of ethyl acetoacetate, that is acetoacetic ester. It is very important that this is CH3, but this CH3 is not similar to this CH3. It is B, it is C and it is D. So it will give 4 different signal. But when this compound will go in ketoenol tautomerism, so definitely it will show different signals, different types of signals like that. Please see. So this is A, this is B, this is C and this is D. So this is the very much interesting example. Another example you can take that of pyrrole. Pyrrole shows 2 different sets of the proton, and this is third is of nitrogen. So 3 set, 3 signal. Furan shows only 2 sets of the proton, 2 signals in NMR. So we have done a very important and interesting article, number of signals in NMR. Now on which criteria these protons are differing from each other depends upon their chemical environment. And as chemical environment differs, what is going to happen? They will absorb different magnetic field for excitation. Now very much interesting case that these all are hydrogens, and as they are hydrogen, they should absorb the similar magnetic field for excitation and they should give a single signal. But why these protons, when they will go in the different chemical environment, why they are absorbing different magnetic field? and this phenomenon we can explain by the article known as shielding and de-shielding. So that article will continue in the next video. So dear student, if you like this video or you have liked my lecture, please press like button and please press the bell button to subscribe this YouTube channel and to know much more information about spectroscopy as well as chemistry. So please subscribe, share and like.